What's up, guys? Welcome back. Got another Detroit Tigers episode here for you. Coming off of a good W against the Tampa Bay Rays and Chris Archer. We ended up simulating some games here. The Tigers are now 8-11, so it's okay. It's all right. We could be doing better, but we're still not scoring a whole bunch of runs, except for here against Irvin Santana. 7 runs there. We're still kind of trucking along, 1 to 2 runs, 1 to 3 runs per game. Ended up winning the series against Minnesota, so we'll take that. Doug Fister had a pretty nice game here. Let's check out his numbers down on the bottom. Doug Fister, 1 earned, 5 2/3, 7 Ks, 5 walks, kind of lowering that ERA down a little bit to 5.66. Bullpen, we got 3 guys that gave us a hold. So Wilson gave us a hold, Blaine Hardy a hold, Seegers a hold, and then K-Rod came in and shut the door. So things are starting to turn around a little bit after this 9-game skid. Ever since the addition of Yasiel Puig, it's again, I've said it time and time again, but it's helped extend the lineup out a little bit, so it's helping out. In this next gameplay, we're actually going to show this game here, Jose De Leon versus Felix Hernandez. 3-0 Felix Hernandez with a sparkling 1.5 ERA. In fact, it's first place Seattle Mariners. Let's check them out on the league standings. Yeah, first place. I don't know if they're first place in the American League. Actually, the White Sox are 14-6 also. And Red Sox not too far behind. So this Tigers team hasn't had a pretty easy schedule at all. We had to take on the Indians in Cleveland, the White Sox to open up the season, but we ended up sweeping them, so maybe they just got off to a cold start against us, but seemed to be playing a lot better. We played the Red Sox already, now we're going to get the Mariners, so it's not easy. Not easy being the Tigs. But, I mean, as you guys can tell,
I have run out of superlatives.
So basically what we're going to do now for this series is I'm going to try to revamp it just a touch, just a little bit. We're not going to so much do 2 episodes anymore. I think it's hard to edit 2 episodes and then pump them out there. And then especially when you're trying to get audience engagement like you guys, and I know that gameplay is probably more important to you guys than watching the scouting and the behind-the-scenes type of stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine scouting episodes and the league updates with the gameplay. So in that, it's going to be a lot easier to watch, so watchability is going to improve. You'll actually be able to watch more episodes that way and be more in tune with what's going on versus, oh, he posted one video that's a gameplay and then now he's posting this one and I don't really want to watch that one. I'll just wait till the gameplay. So this will help. This will help you guys try to figure out which episodes are which, and it'll help me on the time saving aspect of making these videos. So we're gonna look at our scouting here, and we're gonna see. I did a little bit on my own here. I'm gonna explain kind of what I did, and then we will go straight into the gameplay. So I'll make this pretty quick. But scouting wise, so if you guys remember right, we had a lot of these scouts basically looking up infielders only, with a primary focus on second base. That's going to be, you can't specifically pick, but that's kind of what our focus is really going to be about, is second base and shortstop. We might look at some outfielders if somebody really catches our eye, but we really want to focus on these positions because Josh Rutledge is 27, you know, but by the time he gets out of the Tigers organization here, by the time he's 30, 33, we're going to want to have a young guy come up and take that spot. So, but Rutledge has been playing well for us, and we don't see any reason why we shouldn't want to keep him along. So, but as far as shortstops go, Zach Cozart's already in his 30s. and we don't really have another option there other than Gavin Cecchini or Cecchini, and he's hurt. He's injured for the rest of the season. So let's take a look at our guys here. So last episode we talked about Vinny Fernandez. That's kind of a guy that I like. Yeah, he's 18. He's kind of being undervalued here, especially with the MLB ETA. This is a guy that I think would seem to be like he'd be drafted in the first round, just simply based on his age and these stats. I mean, check this out. I mean, right now he's a 40, power's a 30, 40 against lefties.
And here it is.
He's a defensive wizard. Good reaction, okay speed, stealing's okay, plate vision is decent, but seems like a pretty solid pick for a late round shortstop, so we kind of like him. I don't remember if I was dogging Chris Diaz here, but we kind of like Diaz. He's not a bad fielder, you know, his arm strength isn't great, but his hitting's pretty solid, potential. But even right now, that could be a backup player. I mean, Omar Infante numbers are like 40, 45 contact versus lefties and 50 versus righties. So, I mean, it's not bad. All right, guys, so enough of the scouting. Let's go straight into this gameplay. Let's just dive right into it. We got Jose De Leon coming onto the mound for the Tigers. He ended up pitching really, really well against the Tampa Bay Rays in Tampa Bay, hopefully coming back home to the big, spacious Comerica Park. Hopefully we can get some fly balls and use our defensive skill in the outfield with Taylor Puig and Grichuk out there to try to make some plays for him. But take a look at those numbers. That whip though, 0.84, a sub 1. I mean, that's elite. That's almost unheard of. But in this at-bat against Gene Segura, he's got him down 0-2. Ended up going to get a fly ball, but Puig gets right under it, but he, for whatever reason, just can't make the play. Not sure entirely what happened there, but Segura slides in safely for the leadoff. Double the Mariners' offense, the high-octane Mariners, at least in this franchise. They're getting it done on offense. Robinson Cano, after moving the runner over. Segura is going to end up scoring on that single. So they manufactured a run on us early on after another walk. Rutledge ends up making the play. Runners moving over to second and third. Got kind of a bad situation here. I mean, Danny Valencia's no slouch, but he's no Nelson Cruz or anybody like that. But De Leon, nice little ground ball, easy ground ball over to Rutledge. Makes a little flick throw, and we're out of the inning. So that was pretty crucial. The game could have gotten out of hand early on if De Leon didn't bear down. Leading off the inning here, Zach Cozart after a strikeout. Rutledge ends up singling back up the middle. He's been hot. He's been real hot. Nice table setter for Yasiel Puig. We thought that hit off the pitcher's mound was going to slow it down and end up getting a double play ball, but it squirts on through, so now we got runners on first and second for Randall Grichuk. Hits a nice little line drive, but it's right at Mike Freeman at first base. He did that last game, and we end up getting a run. First baseman for the Rays could not dive for it and make that catch. Valbuena comes up next, and then he obviously, you guys saw it, he lines straight out to Robinson Cano. So Tigers are hitting the ball hard off of Felix Hernandez early. Hopefully they can keep that going. De Leon now against Leonis Martin. Lays a bunt down. They're challenging him again over there at third. Bregman makes a nice play. I swear, guys, it's like every single game that we show, they keep challenging Bregman with that. Speaking of Alex Bregman, hits a ball straight at Felix Hernandez, bounces off of him, can't make the play quick enough. Bregman's got some nice speed, 70 speed, and he's ended up getting in there safely. After a stolen base for Bregman, Michael Taylor comes up on a 2-2 count. Having kind of trouble there in the early going of the season trying to handle that inside fastball. So we'll have to kind of keep note of that because pitchers keep attacking him high and inside, and he just can't quite get there. But
moved Bregman over to the third. Profar ends up grounding out to Segura, and we're out of the inning. So it's not like the Tigers are struggling offensively in this game. We're getting runners on, just not capitalizing. After De Leon gets into some more trouble in the next inning, Cano hits this ball right off a pitcher's mound, and Michael Taylor got kind of confused because he couldn't tell if it was a fly ball or if it was a ground ball. So kind of went back and forth. Cruz ends up striking out. So De Leon's trying to work some magic out of this inning, and he ends up doing so with a slider high and outside against Danny Valencia. Can't handle it. So 1 run scores. It's almost averaging 1 run per inning right now against De Leon, but he's going to try to do something about that. Segura makes a nice little spin throw, but it gets away from first base. First baseman can't make the play. Cozart rounding second, probably ill-advised, shouldn't have done that. Should have taken just the single. We end up not doing anything on offense after that. So another bunt attempt by Leonis Martin. He is dead set on that. Bregman makes another barehanded throw. I mean, if this guy doesn't win the Gold Glove, I mean, we're going to have to get his bat going. He ends up striking out there on the sweeping curveball. So we got to get his bat going. He's definitely going to be in the Gold Glove running if he keeps making plays like that. So that would be a nice little accolade there. Check this out again. Yet again. Another bunt attempt on Bregman. They just can't break him. I mean, that's a play, that animation that I have never seen in this game yet. That's a big-time desperation flick right there. Next batter, I think that was Robinson Cano, ends up getting that single, takes it the opposite way. So, yet again, yep, it was Cano. Yet again, De Leon has runners on base, just can't seem to get a clean inning. And then we get Nelson Cruz. This is a crucial at-bat for De Leon. Ends up getting a pop-out. No, just a pop-up. Ends up getting a pop-up. We thought McCann could have had a play there, but CPU didn't allow us to move. 0-1 count now. Tried to go outside because we didn't want to give up a home run. Cruz is a big-time power hitter. We just didn't want to just even challenge and go there. Ends up getting a single, moving Cano over to third. And then we get Kyle Seager popping out to his counterpart, third baseman, Alex Bregman. Eventual Gold Glove winner. Yet again, another Tiger offensive struggle in the next half inning. De Leon comes on. He gets another runner on base. Seattle has 8 hits so far in the game. Cozart hits over to shortstop. Jean Segura makes a Derek Jeter type of throw to get the out. I mean, this guy's been playing one heck of a game defensively and offensively. He's just an all-around good player, and Seattle is lucky to have that kind of shortstop who can do pretty much everything. Josh Rutledge now trying to take some pitches here, trying to get on base and try to reassess Felix Hernandez and what he's got throwing, what he's got working, what he doesn't. That sinker ball, Rutledge was ready for it, sends that double. He was trying to round for third base, but he ended up getting back in safely to second. We were trying to push the envelope there and see if they could make a good throw, but Puig now up with 1 out, runner on second. Hits oh my God. I was so mad. He made that play on us again. Jean Segura comes through, and then Grichuk comes up and ends up striking out to end the inning. So had Segura not been so athletic, we probably would have had a run. It would have been 2-1 game. Speaking of Segura, this guy loves that right field gap. Ends up getting that double yet again. The guy's just having one heck of a game, and we just couldn't figure him or his buddy Robinson Cano out. So after the double, we ended up putting Blaine Hardy in the game. Stolen base now, Jean Segura. Pretty heads-up play. Got the lefty on the mound. He's got to actually turn his whole body around in order to check the runner. Playing the infield in on Cano. That run was pretty crucial. We were pretty much accounting for Segura's speed. If a ground ball was hit, I was imagining that they probably would have tried to take off and get that run to score. We call on Matt Bush. He ends up getting the K on Cruz. So now we're out of the inning. So luckily, no damage done. It's still a 2-0 game. Valbuena gets on, try to get a late game rally. After yet another walk, Seattle ends up deciding to go with Evan Scribner. Got 2 runners on with 1 out against Michael Taylor, and the passed ball on Carlos Ruiz. So now we got runners on scoring position, 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out, and Taylor ends up not being able to handle the curveball. It's the first time he saw the curveball. It's super slow with Scribner, so we'll have to put that back in the memory bank next time we play. And of course, can't get anything done. So it's still the same deal with the Tigers offense right now. Still just can't come through in the clutch. As you see the pitcher comparison there, pretty similar numbers. It's just a matter of which guy's offense came through for him. And right now Seattle's did for Felix Hernandez. You guys saw Matt Bush trying to work out of that inning. He ended up getting a clean inning. We've got Kevin Segras coming on now. Tried to take care of business, shut this thing down. Blaine Hardy got into some trouble. Matt Bush ended up getting into some trouble. Tigers offense, you guys saw, couldn't do anything. Mike Freeman ended up getting a stolen base off that play. Then Kevin Segras hits Gene Segura. So it's just a constant, right now, is just disastrous. And with Kevin Segras on the mound. Ended up getting a nice ground ball from Robinson Cano, but that could have been disaster as well. Edwin Diaz now for Seattle is going to come in and try to close this thing down. We wanted to time him and try to see exactly how fast his fastball is, because in real life this guy's nuts. His movement is electric. Fastball is fast. But Grichuk is up to the challenge in this thing. Ends up getting this leadoff double. So we got something going. By this time, I'm thinking that we could get a walk-off win here, but Valbuena ends up striking out after a long pitch battle. Bregman Ks as well on a high slider. That's a tough pitch. But James McCann comes through, hits a nice single up the middle. Grichuk scores. It's now 2-1 game. So now our heads are spinning because guess who's coming up to bat? Michael Taylor. We end up getting down to 0-2. Can he come through? No. Fastball inside. Way too fast to try to make up your mind in that split second if you're going to swing or not if it's a strike. And Seattle skates away with the victory. I am happy about the performance, but guys, I'm not happy that we didn't come through in the clutch. We'll have to get that going in the next couple games. Otherwise, we're going to lose a lot more games than we win. So, guys, leave a like if you like this video. Don't forget subscribe if you want to keep up with this series. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hey, I'll talk to you later. Peace.